proud of.
Some admissions there. You know,
absolutely.
That's interesting. By the way, folks, we have the full text of the president's speech. It's on our website right now, cnn.com/Robin. Richard, President Obama isn't the first president to speak directly to school kids. A little history lesson here about former Presidents Reagan and George H.W. Bush.
Yeah, let's talk about those. For instance, President George H.W. Bush, he gave a nationally televised speech to students. That happened in 1991, Robin, encouraging them to say no to drugs and work hard. He also asked for a letter.
Write me a letter, and I'm serious about this one. Write me a letter about ways you can help us achieve our goals. I think you know the address.
All right, so a bit similar to what President Obama initially was wanting to do. Top Democrats attacking Bush's speech as political advertising, by the way, on the taxpayers' dime at that time. So what's good for the goose was good for the gander back then. Then we have President Ronald Reagan's remarks. They were made available to students nationwide back in 1988. Robin, Reagan called taxes such a penalty on people that there's no incentive for them to prosper. That's what he said at the time.
It's an interesting little history lesson.
Yeah.
Richard, thank you very much.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Once again, that speech, you can find it at cnn.com/Robin. Breaking news this morning, we have learned that there will be a partial recount of Afghanistan's presidential vote. An electoral commission ordered it, saying that it found evidence of fraud at some of the polling stations. That includes too many ballots cast in relation to the number available. Last night, the U.S. ambassador asked Afghan President Hamid Karzai to allow a fraud investigation. Karzai, by the way, is up for re-election. Somebody walked into an art gallery in Hawaii, grabbed the painting right off the wall, and bolted. The gallery says it's not just a pretty picture. It is worth about 700 grand. Witnesses saw the man toss the painting into the back of a pickup and drive off. They gave police a description of the truck and part of the license plate. What's that, Jen?
I thought that looked like a velvet painting. Velvet
I don't
dolphin.
think that's the one that's missing. I could be wrong. The velvet Elvis. It's missing. All right, you may have noticed a green check mark showing up on foods at the supermarket, and it says Smart Choices. Sounds like an easy way to say, oh, that's something healthier for me. Can you believe nutritionists are appalled? And our money expert, Jennifer Westhoven, is looking out for you.
Yeah, I was really surprised when reading the story. The New York Times kind of put it all together. The food companies are putting this Smart Choices system together. You're going to see this little symbol on hundreds of products out there from companies including Kellogg's, Kraft, General Mills. But many nutritionists are against it. You're going to see this check on products like mayonnaise and sugary cereals, including, among others, Fruit Loops. Well, one leading nutritionist said, this is Walter Willett of Harvard, these are horrible choices. That's what he told the newspaper. Kellogg says, well, cereals like Fruit Loops are an excellent source of many vitamins and minerals, and you can't judge them by the sugar alone. There's also a nutritionist who helped put the program together, and she said they used government dietary guidelines. But you should know both sides here. The FDA has signaled to the food companies that it's going to be keeping an eye on this and would be concerned if Americans were misled. Now, Wall Street is also coming back to work after a three-day Labor Day weekend. And here's something surprising. Gold hit more than $1,000 an ounce in some of the overnight trading. So it's near its record, $1,000.30. Why am I telling you this, right? Because you probably don't have a couple of gold bricks sitting around. Just to give you a sense of the emotions that are going on out there. There's a lot of fear going on. That's when people buy gold, when they're afraid. And some people are very afraid that the recovery may evaporate or that we're going to see a lot of inflation in coming years. So just to let you know what's going on there. All right, you heard a lot about the fuss in Washington over the president's speech to students. There's also a lot of fuss in Washington if you're trying to travel.
Yeah, good morning to you. Some showers coming up from the south, so gold going up in prices? Can't wait to get your gold front, so I'm going to go get them today, which is good. Showers coming up out of D.C. Look at this right here. Here's what it looks like. DCA, that's Reagan National. Dulles is right next to it, and you get in towards BWI, Baltimore. Rain is out there. So far, not a concern. You can see the planes coming in and out without a problem, but I think we'll get delays because of the low clouds, poor visibility, and then the volume starts coming up, too. So 1 hour or more around D.C. Metros, Cleveland, Detroit, Cincinnati, 30-minute to 1 hour. Chicago, morning fog, 30-minute to 1 hour delay so far. Nothing out there, so that's some good news. All right, if you're feeling the pressure in this recession, it may have something to do with where you live. There's a new list of the most stressful cities in America. Plus, NFL player Sean Merriman is talking about accusations that he choked his reality star girlfriend. What he says really happened that night.
I was behind on my taxes. I owed a lot of money. The IRS put a levy on my paycheck, and they took the last $40 from my checking account. I tried to make payments, but everything I paid went to interest and penalties.
She was in real trouble. The IRS contacted her employer, her bank, and they were even going to file a federal tax lien on her. She needed help, fast. That's why we meet with our clients, face-to-face, trying to put their tax problems behind them right away. J.K. Harris is their tax team.
Over the past decade, more than 200,000 taxpayers have hired J.K. Harris, the nation's largest tax representation firm. Good people just like her, who don't know where else to turn. So if the IRS is threatening to attach your wages, your pension, your Social Security check, call J.K. Harris for a free meeting with a member of the J.K. Harris tax team.
Thank you, J.K. Harris.